for a little later, but today we really proved that socialism wins. We are not going anywhere, and we will not stop until we see a socialist slate across this city.
That was last week. That was New York State Senator primary winner, Democrat, of course, Kristen Gonzalez. Yeah. We will not stop until we see a socialist slate across this city. Socialism wins. I hate to tell you this, bimbo. There's a few of us out there who will stop you. Okay. Vladimir Lenin, quote, "The goal of socialism is communism." Personally, I'm not a communist. I have no intention of ever becoming a communist. And anybody that wants to, you're my enemy. Period. Ain't no negotiating whatsoever. I'm going to give you this, all right? Anybody ever heard of the Red Terror? Maybe go look it up. I'm going to give you a little bit. I'm going to change a couple of things in here. I'm going to call this the Blue Terror. You tell me how this fits. It began in the summer of 2023, a time when the opposition to Biden's regime had increased to the point of imminent counter-revolution. This growing anti-liberal sentiment had many parents, as was in October of 2022. Support for the liberals was concentrated in the industrial areas of major cities and military garrisons. Beyond those places, liberal support was limited. This opposition peaked in July 2023, when the liberals suppressed a spontaneous left SR uprising in pick a major city. Evidence to many that the liberals could not find compromise even with their closest political allies. August 2023 was a critical month for the formalization and expansion of the Blue Terror. Infuriated by the formation of white brigades and resistance and burgeoning uprisings among the peasants, Biden called for a ruthless mass terror and a merciless smashing of counter-revolutionary activity. On August 9th, the liberal leader issued his famous hanging order, instructing liberals in pick a city to execute 100 dissident peasants as a public deterrent. According to official liberal figures, the FBI carried out almost 8,500 summary executions in the first year of the terror, and 10 times that number were arrested, interrogated, detained, tried, and sent to prisons and labor camps. The true numbers of extra-legal killings were undoubtedly much higher, possibly approaching 6 figures. Would that be possible? This is not some fiction novel I'm reading from, okay? I just changed the names to convict the guilty, okay? This is actually what happened in Russia in 1918 under Vladimir Lenin. The Red Terror actually went through and did this. This is exactly what is going on right now, all right? Back then, the Bolsheviks controlled the cities. The liberals control the cities here in the States right now. The peasants, those of us in the country, had wanted nothing to do with socialism/communism. But the city dwellers, the liberals, the give me whatever, were perfectly happy. That's what they wanted. Okay? They wanted everything handed to them on a silver platter. This is very possible looking at our future. This is exactly what the future holds. Okay? You get women like Miss Gonzalez there, who is obviously cut from the same cloth as an AOC, a Bernie Sanders, whatever it would be, who really doesn't have a freaking clue what socialism is. Okay? If she thinks as some little peon state senator she's going to be one of the elites, she's sadly mistaken. She's going to be one of the lieutenants, maybe, controlling a couple of city blocks and taking her orders from above, saying, you need to go summarily execute 100 people today just for a show of force. That's what she's asking for. Okay. Now, of course, you hear from the Bernie Sanders, the AOCs of the world, oh, that's not the kind of socialism we want. We want democratic socialism. That's what we're going to. We're not taking our marching orders from Soviet Russia, from Venezuela, from Cuba, nothing like that. No, not at all. You know, we want to be much more like Denmark or Sweden. Okay. So let's take a look at what happens under socialism, communism, collectivism, and let's compare it to today. The government owns everything, all the businesses, all the companies, whatever, and they decide what you get. Now, we're not there yet, but one of the founding things of capitalism, okay, of our constitutional republic, was we destroyed monopolies. Go back in time, remember AT&T getting split up or whatever. There was one phone company. Couldn't have this. We need to have a bunch. Notice what we're having now. It's all coming back to monopolies. And how are those monopolies run? I don't know. Finding a whole lot of conservative, libertarian, constitutionalist-led companies. Not many. Okay? You have the biggest retailer in the world, Walmart. The Walton family, totally beholden to China. The biggest online retailer, Amazon. Bezos is about as liberal as you can get. Want to get on social media? Crap, unless you towed a liberal line, censored, whatever it would be. I mean, Christ. You see anything that I talk about? I mean, shadow banning? Come on, it took almost 2 hours again this morning. Wonder why that video this morning went up at almost 8 o'clock? I had recorded it at 5:30. It started uploading a little after 6. Okay? 2 hours to upload a, 13-minute video? You think they're trying to suppress what I'd say? Just maybe, okay? I have a very difficult time getting into videos uploading to Google Drive or anything, because yes, they're suppressing me, okay? No questions. And certainly I'm not the only one. I mean, any other prepper channel can tell you that right now. They are trying to, social media is completely in the bag for the left. Look at Twitter. Twitter took down the Libs of TikTok channel yesterday. I mean, this is a parody channel, or basically a calling out channel. It's not a liberal channel by any means. It's somebody that calls out all the liberals. Can't have that happen. We don't want people to know what's truly going on. Okay. The suppression of the Hunter Biden movie. Okay. Yeah. Couldn't have that happen. No. Will it get any distribution? No. Why? Because Hollywood is totally liberal. The news media is totally liberal. Okay. Yes, it is government controlled. Ain't government owned, but it's government controlled. This is what they want. Bernie Sanders and AOC don't want to be Leninist Russia or Castro's Cuba, but they sure seem to be all supportive of it because they're on the same side. They want Denmark and Sweden. Okay. So let's talk about how that kind of socialism will affect you. Do you enjoy being able to go to the store, buy whatever you want? Sure. Okay. And in Denmark or Sweden, you can. Okay. I want to give you this. Your neighbor right now who sits on their couch watching soap operas all day, with a hand in a bag of Cheetos and crumbs in their beard, okay, because it's the guy doing this. He can do squat all day long. And he's going to go to the store and buy the same thing you can. Why? Well, it's real simple. You go to work, he does nothing. This is socialism. And they get the same stuff. How does that work? Let me ask you this. when you do your taxes in April, does it piss you off how much you have to pay in taxes? Oh my God, 15%, 20%, 1/5 of my income. I got to go to work on Monday just to pay Uncle Sam. You know? Yeah, okay. Hear all this. People have to work till roughly the beginning of May before they start getting to keep any of their money. It's thereabouts. Or you go to the grocery store and you look and you go, at least in my case, 9.5% sales tax? What the hell is this? Or you go and, you pay your property taxes at the end of the year, and you're just like, money of the government, money of the government, money of the government. And it pisses you off, right? You think you're pissed? Let me give you this. Democratic socialism, Denmark and Sweden, the goals which we need to follow, right? Income tax in Denmark, 55.9%. In Sweden, a little less, 52.9%. Oh, okay. A little more than half of your income. So you're going to work Monday through Wednesday lunch to pay the government. Okay. So now you get your paycheck, and now you want to go to the store. Europe doesn't have what's called a sales tax. It has what's called a VAT tax. All right. And because smaller countries and all part of the EU, people may work in a different country or whatever. So they do a tax based on where you live. So if you live in France and you go buy something in Germany, you are taxed in Germany at the French VAT tax, and the tax money is sent to France. Okay, that's how it works. It's a sales tax. It's just a little convoluted. All right. Yeah, so what's the VAT tax? Well, in both Denmark and Sweden, it's 25%. Okay? So let's say you made $10 an hour. This is what you get paid, just to make the math easy. Well, by the time your paycheck comes, just taking off the income tax, and you live in Denmark, all right, you have now received $44.10. That's what you get to keep out of that, or $4.41 out of your $10, $4.41. So now you go buy something at the store with your $4.41. Oh, I'm sorry. 25% of that is going to be sales tax. So now literally you can only buy about $3.50 worth of stuff out of your $10 an hour paycheck. That's socialism. That's you going to work and paying for everybody else with this guaranteed income and all that sort of crap. Do you want to pay that much? No. Now, again, I don't have to tell anybody, the government doesn't produce anything. They do not make any product. They do not generate any income, whatever it is. There's nothing. All the governments do, any government, is spend money. They do not make any money. Makers and takers. Remember that line? Okay. So in Denmark or Sweden, the government determines that they get more than half of what your labor is worth. So they can give it to somebody else who's too damned lazy to work. Oh, but we get free health care. How the hell is that free? Okay. Let's take a look at fuel prices in Europe. Okay. $6 a liter. Okay. Somewhere thereabouts. Yeah. Why do you think they drive these little shoeboxes on wheels that, if you have an accident at 10 miles an hour, you're probably dead? Because they can't afford the gasoline. Why do so many people ride bicycles? Because they can't afford the gasoline. Do you want to live in a world where you can't afford to do anything? That's what this push for socialism is. And it's gaining speed, guys. I mean, this couple of years ago, 2016, when Bernie ran, the first time when, Trump, Hillary, and Bernie was basically the deal. Socialism was, oh my God, that's a political death knell. Fast forward 6 years, I'll give you this. I'll put this in here. You can take a look. Share of adults in the United States who have a positive view of socialism from 2010 to 2021. Take a look at that. 65% of Democrats have a positive view of socialism. 40% of independents do. That's scary as crap, okay? I looked on NBC News this morning. More than 50% of people in a online, on this website, you could do this poll. More than 50% of the people who read that article said they would vote for a socialist candidate. That's taking everything you own. Let's go back to the Blue Terror. Oh, Mr. Pinball, we see you have a garden. We will be taking that food, and you will continue to garden, and we will continue to come collect your harvest each week. And you're allowed these 4 square feet to grow for yourself. But the other 2,100 square feet, that's the collective that you're required to work, and we'll take the food. Think I'm kidding? That's how Eastern Europe ran for 70 years. Collectivism was what the deal was. I have family in Poland. I visited the farm, okay? And they showed me, and this was obviously after the wall fell, but they showed me and my family what their farms were. And it's funny because the way things got split up, they were long, narrow strips that each family owned, each person owned. Okay, long story as to why. But they showed me how far into that strip was for their personal use and how far every week the tax collector would come collect the produce and take it away. They didn't get paid for it. That was what they were required to do. This is what the future holds with the NWO, the World Economic Forum, globalism, global socialism, communism, CCP. Okay. This is what would be expected of you. Do you honestly think that China's not going to come over if they came in and said, Mr. Pinball, we're taking your gardens, you're going to work them, and we're taking the food? Yeah. Okay. That's what China wants. They want the food. Okay. It's important for you guys to see this, to know this. This is on our doorstep. This is being run through right in front of us. And the entire country is sitting there going, it won't happen here. It won't happen here. There's nothing that, until it comes and smacks you in the head when somebody rings your doorbell and says, we're here to take this, this, and this. You have no choice in the matter. And that's coming. What's your plan? Think about that. Pinball out.